Daniel Simon, Yreka. I am calling upon locals to come to the County Supervisors meeting on June 15th, 9 a.m. at the old courthouse there on 4th Street and express your concerns about the Dominion vote counting system. Laura Bynum, our county election clerk, wants the supervisors to approve a new contract with Dominion vote counting systems. Yes, we have Dominion. You can also call in for a Zoom conference. And I do want to tell you some really good news that happened on Thursday at the Yreka Patriot party. Ray Haupt appeared, and so did Nancy Ogren, and they were listening very much to the citizens' concerns. And I had a 60-plus page document I gave Ray Haupt. He actually wanted it. They were listening. They were listening. By the way, you can find this agenda, Siskiyou County agenda. You got to click on June 15th. Here's your Zoom call link. Here's the phone numbers. But I want people to go ahead and show up and express their concerns, because what I did was I went ahead, wrote an executive summary letter and 60 plus pages, which included the old contract, which is going to be renewed if the county supervisors agree. So on Friday, I dropped this off at the clerk's office. I want to go through the points. This is an executive summary letter. We'll get into some details, all right? So, renewing on the 15th, I wish to inform the supervisors and legal counsel, they have this document as well, county counsel, it may be illegal to contract with a sole source vendor. Do we have to go through a public bid request? Is that required? Well, at the Patriot Party Thursday night, Ray Haupt was asked, do we have to go, can a sole source vendor be allowed? And Ray Haupt says, I've already talked to legal counsel, county counsel about that. He didn't know. So, all right. Per California election statutes, we'll get into those deeper, it is illegal to use a vote counting system unless all components and the entire system is approved by the Secretary of State. That includes the computer motherboard, video cards, the hard drive, microchips, and components from third parties. All of it has to be approved per state law. Now, the entire Dominion system was decertified by the Secretary of State, Alex Padilla, August 27, 2019. And this decertification included the computer motherboard, the video card, the hardware, the microchips, all other physical components, and third-party components. But Dominion re-upped with the software, and they recertified, and I'll show you that certification. But the hardware, microchips, hard drive is not listed on this certification, nor are the third-party components listed as certified. So when you decertify the entire system, boom, it's done. Everything has to be recertified, including the hardware components. And the hardware components and the third-party components, hardware, not talking software, hardware, do not come to the Secretary of State's office directly after their approval, but they come directly from Dominion. We'll see this in the following figures. So I'm encouraging the supervisors to postpone the approval of the Dominion vote counting system until a number of concerns can be resolved. Hold a special town meeting, say on a Tuesday night at the Best Western Convention Center in Yreka, to hear more public concerns. I have other recommendations. So let's get into this a little more, as I have spent many hours going into this. Third-party components. How do I know there's third-party components? Are there third-party components? As in hardware components, microchips, etc.? Yeah, there is. How do I know this? Because of the Dominion contract that's about to get renewed. Third-party components. Yes. It's, try to find it here more quickly. Yeah. Okay, come on. Here it is. So these are excerpts from the contract, by the way. Let me show you my study of the contract. I've studied this contract extensively. I wrote notes, this, that, other notes. What about this? What about that? Did you think about this? This contract is so in favor of Dominion. Why can't we renegotiate a better contract? Lawyers will say the best contract is one that's completely in your client's favor, as long as the other people signing the contract will agree to it. Anyway, I went through this extensively. I have a number of concerns. I don't want to get into too many details. Otherwise, I'm just going to bore you. But let's get at least, third-party software. In the contract, Dominion admits to third-party software. Where does that third-party software come from? We don't know. It's not listed on the certification. Oh, sure, Windows, I can understand that. But what about other software? All right, other licenses. Oh, and you cannot look at the source code per the contract. You cannot look at these black boxes, period. It's an untouchable black box. And then you cannot reverse engineer, disassemble, decompile, decipher, or analyze the software in whole or in part. And we don't own these machines, we lease them. And if I could find this quick, third-party hardware is in this system too. And I'm trying to find that. Gotta back up a little bit here. So we have third-party hardware that we don't even know. It's way up here in the beginning somewhere. Definition: Dominion hardware and software. Okay, fine. Dominion hardware includes this. EMS hardware means third-party hardware. Where is it from? China, Russia, Iran? We don't know. So Dominion admits to third-party hardware. Who makes the computer motherboard? Who makes the hard drives? Who makes the video cards? We don't know because we can't get into these machines. And the system means a combination. This is the contract system, not the law system. The contract system means the combination of Dominion software, Dominion hardware, and EMS hardware, meaning third party hardware and software. Where are these coming from? We don't know. Now I want to get into, but it's approved. Is it? Is it really approved? Hold on here. There is a document here you find online. Voting technology is approved for use in California. Decertified. Alex Padilla wanted to bring all vote counting vendors up to current standards, so he decertified everybody. August 27th, 2019. ES&S, Dominion, and also Hart Intercivic. Those are the big three that count over 90% of the nation's ballots. Okay? So let's look at a little more detail into this decertification. You can go online to the Secretary of State's office. Let's see here if I can find it quickly. Yeah. All right. So they decertified. You can go to the state website and you can see it. Pardon my 90-degree here. I know this is an amateur kind of video, but I'm at least trying to communicate, folks. All right. Why we need to get people to the supervisors meeting on Tuesday, or Zoom call, phone call in, or a Zoom call. Here we go. It's right on the website. Type in that. Boom, Dominion voting, very bottom of the page. It says Secretary of State Alex Padilla has withdrawn certification or conditional approval. All previous certified Dominion systems, this is state law and legal language, systems versus the contract systems. All previously certified Dominion systems are decertified as of August 27, 2019. Okay. Well, did they ever get recertified? Why, let me show you. Oh, did I mention systems? Motherboard, hard drive, video card, microchips, microcomponents, and components from third parties. Okay, so we're going to get into what actually was certified. What was certified? Well, let's just find the certification. Here. Boom. Magic certification. Look at the words here. Software, 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 software. Printers. Cute little printers, like ticker tape printers. Software. Okay. Where's the hardware? Where's the motherboard? The video card. Hard drive, etc., 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 etc. But, you know what? Here we got this wonderful seal. Has a nice golden seal. 18th day of October, Dominion quickly got on and got their software approved. Being a little sassy when I use words software because hardware is different, obviously. All right, here's a nice embossed seal. Alex Padilla, the then Secretary of State. Dominion got it approved right away. Hooray! That means the entire system is good. No. If the entire system was good, pursuant to 19202, you would have hardware listed and third-party software listed and third-party components. Oh, maybe a modem. All right, we don't know. Is there a modem? Is there not? We don't know. We can't know. Why? It's in the contract. Can't look at the machines. All right, so this is very concerning, obviously. Getting your mind focused on the software. Now, of course, if Laura Bynum wants to go ahead and provide the certification of the hardware, which was decertified, means the hardware would have to be resubmitted again. Oh, how do we know? How do we know? This, by the way, this is Attorney DePrino. His lawsuit has been going the longest. That's Bluetooth. This is an ES&S machine, by the way, not Dominion. So anyway, let's look at what. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I wanted to point this out. Software. What about the motherboard? Where is it listed? Why is it not listed? Well, let's find out what the law says. If you're legal to use these vote counting systems or not. Are you? Well, let's just look at the law. They're citing right there on the certificate. Yeah, there we go. There's that. Okay, but let's see if we can find the law here. Again, I'm sorry this is so amateur. I don't have the greatest amounts of time. Okay, we've already read that. Padilla, decertified August 27th. A system means the entire system, all hardware, computer, motherboard, etc. I know I'm being repetitive, but why didn't we see the hardware listed? So let's look at the law right here. Okay? A voting system in whole or in part shall not be used unless it has been certified or conditionally approved by the Secretary of State prior to any election at which it is to be used. Not just the software, hardware, everything. Okay? It is the intent of the legislature that all voting systems be certified or conditionally approved by the Secretary of State, independent of voluntary federal qualification or certification, before they are used in future elections, 2014, to ensure that the voting systems have the ability to meet accuracy, accessibility, and security standards. Okay. Now, again, since Alex Padilla decertified on August 27th, they all have to be recertified. That includes the physical machines. All right. Well, Siskiyou County about to sign a new contract, pay money to Dominion for a vote counting system that cannot be legally used in an election? Question. Show us the documents, please, of the physical components. And it says all. Shall not be used in whole or in part unless it has been certified. Okay, a voting system. This is a shocker to some. And I'm trying to explain the vulnerabilities here because we have a proven vulnerability here. I'm not saying it did happen. I think Laura Bynum is honest, hardworking, and attention to details. Okay. But I wanted to point out that maybe she relied too much on the Secretary of State's office. But here is the possibility of what can really happen. Another certification, everything's fine, right? Okay, hardware certification, where? Another certification, version 5.2. What about the motherboard? I know I'm being repetitive, but there's some trickery going on here. Okay, nice gold seal, hooray. Okay, here we go. This is what I want to point out. This is a vulnerability that I wish the county supervisors would address and at least spend some more time, table the approval until we can have assurances. But here's the trick in how they convince people that, oh, these vote counting systems are awesome. They tell you the story of the software train. Here's this diagram, has to do with software. Dominion Corporation from Denver. They might have a storage facility elsewhere, I don't know. But they have the corporate office. Well, okay, they're up in Canada, I get that. But in America, here they're in Denver. They send the software to Sacramento, to the Secretary of State's office, OVSTA, the Office of Voting System Technology Assessment. The software, version A, is tested. They even have a group of hackers. They go through it, I would propose, very well, and it's approved, version A. That version A is stored in the vault. Siskiyou County can say, hey, Dominion, we'd like your software. Okay, they tell the state sends the software, probably 2 briefcases, the software to Siskiyou County, version A. This looks like a pretty darn good system because you don't want approval here, even if they got federal approval and state. You don't want a version B going directly from Dominion. You don't want that. That's a prohibited delivery path. So this software analysis in a vault courier looks like a pretty good system. Laura Bynum said to the county supervisors in December after the 2020 general election, she said, I wish all states ran their elections like California does. Okay. Software, good path. Look at that. Yeah, it looks pretty secure. What about the hardware, though? Let's look at the hardware. Route of the Vote County hardware. Okay, they do send a copy to the state, one version of the machine, and that machine is certified. No modems, no Bluetooth, no Stingray, no anything of a concern. They tear that thing apart. But guess where that machine stays? It stays in Sacramento. It is not couriered. We have 25 Dominion ICE, which you see at the precinct. And we got 2 central counters that are at the clerk's office counting the mail-in ballots. And of course, they also send the hardware to the Federal Election Commission. And they say, hey, you're approved. Oh, great. State, federal approved. Third-party labs, rigorous testing. Yeah, for the machines they have. Again, the hardware is not courier delivered as software is. All right, so this does not happen like the software. The hardware goes from Dominion to Yreka. It is very possible. This is a vulnerability. I'm not saying it did happen. I'm not saying it did not. I cannot investigate the machines because it's in the contract and they're not going to allow citizens to look at the machines. I can't say a different version was sent. I cannot say it did not happen. But here's the vulnerability. They send version A, everything's approved, great. But version B is what we get sent. Version B. Boom, boom. So what is happening here, hardware, version A can go here, version B can go here. This hardware is not listed even on the certification. Now, I'm not going to say Dominion, evil, bad, bad, bad. Look, they're a business. I run a business. I want to make a profit. I need a good reputation. Okay, word of mouth, and I'm still doing okay in Siskiyou County. But you know what? There could have been the version B possibility. It's from a rogue, smart, and greedy Dominion technician that swapped a motherboard with a modem, a Wi-Fi, a Stingray, or added software or hardware, say a microchip. You could add software in the hard drive to connect with the microchips in the computer, whatever, okay? So he could sell access for millions of dollars. Is it possible China approached a technician, a rogue technician? Again, I'm not blaming Dominion. Somebody working for Dominion as a computer tech could have done this, and they sent us version B. This is a vulnerability. I can't say it did happen. I can't say it did not happen. Laura Bynum cannot say this happened. She cannot say it did not happen. How do we know hardware is version A or B? The supervisors cannot tell us if we have version A or version B. They can't. It's in the contract. Yeah, look at this stuff. All right. So I've spent years trying to figure this out. Okay. We cannot confirm nor deny if we have version A or version B. We can't. Unless we get a grand jury. The grand jury looks at it and they have that power. That's for another day. So this is a vulnerability, okay? Yeah, I know Siskiyou County small potatoes. I get that, all right? But still, do we want this vulnerability? I can't disprove what version we have, A or B, but I have proven a vulnerability, okay? This is a serious vulnerability, folks. This is why I want people to get to Siskiyou County Supervisors on Tuesday or call in. I'll leave the Zoom reference on the bottom of this video, all right? And by the way, Laura Bynum's trying to justify that she can do a sole source contractor by citing election codes 13,001, 14,100, exempt county elected officials from general contracting policies, which means she's claiming she can do a sole source bid. For what? 1.15 million. Well, we've already paid them a bunch of money, around 800,000, a little less than that. But for the next 5 years, there'll be more money after that. So we have a problem here in many ways, and we have vulnerabilities. Again, I'm asking people, please, please go to the supervisors meeting. Do what you can, because this, there it is. This is what Dominion's trying to push on us. And they're basically saying we're going to extend the July 15, 2015 contract into 2025. And this is the cost per year. Let me get down to it. Okay, this is what they want every year. We're done with this cycle. So from 21, 22, 86,000 for the next year, 89,000 for the next, 92,000. Can we count cheaper than this by hand? Probably. So anyway, please share this. Tell your friends. Let's do something. I'm Daniel Simon, and oh, by the way, I'm an engineer, and I've programmed in 5 computer programming languages. Been very suspicious of this whole thing. What they're doing, folks, is they're getting people to focus on the software, not the hardware. And when you go to the supervisors' meetings or you call in, please ask them to table this discussion until the public can be listened to more. Hopefully we would have the results from Maricopa County, Arizona come out, because the next supervisors meeting is scheduled for July, I think July 8th. So there you can call in here. You can Zoom call it, hit 9, you can do whatever it takes. At least say, please, please, table this for today. And also, number 2, please, let's have a town hall meeting, say at the Best Western, at night, in the evening, say a Tuesday evening, so more public comments can be presented, so we make a very thorough decision, because not a good idea to use machines that are illegal per state statutes. I wanted to do, in addition to this, Daniel Simon again, I submitted to the county 7 copies, county clerk's office, on Friday, and I delivered it to county council. They have these documents. But I wanted to discuss what is going to be said at the county supervisors meeting. I hope Laura Bynum doesn't say this, but I'm predicting she will. Why? Because I've heard this myself from Todd Ross, OVSGA. He's a computer scientist guy, a spokesman. Very helpful. I've talked with him in 2016 and several times since then. And I said, Todd, hey Todd, what about this hardware path in version B? Do you know what he said? He said, well, the law says you can't do that. Okay. Really? That's your answer? The law says you can't add a modem or any remote access devices or software. I said, Todd, do hackers care about the law? Several times in our conversation, and look, if they send a version B, again, a rogue computer tech, not Dominion, not of Dominion's doing. If a rogue tech sends a version B, no, the law says you can't do that. Like, seriously, Todd? There's several times I said, Todd, do you think a rogue greedy do you think hackers care about the law? Does a rogue greedy technician care about the law? So I hope Laura Bynum does not say to the county supervisors, and if she does, I hope the supervisors don't buy it. I hope the supervisors do not buy it. Well, the law says you can't do this. If there's a backdoor, a remote access hardware and software backdoor, do you think somebody in another country cares about the American laws? Please, Laura, don't say the law says you can't do that. Yes, you may have done everything according to the law, and I respect you for that, or your earnest attempts. But I would encourage not just Laura Bynum, County Clerk here in Siskiyou County, I would encourage all clerks in California, stop relying on the Secretary of State. Just stop it. Okay, because here is what even the Secretary of State is just an advisory position. Pursuant to 19202, no voting system. They put it back on the county. The Secretary of State put it back on the county, and the county says, well, the law says you can't do this. Please don't say that. Please don't say that. And supervisors, if you hear, well, the law says they can't add a modem, please, supervisors, don't buy it. Please. It's a vulnerability. I'm not saying it did or didn't happen. I am saying, Houston, we have a problem here. I am saying we really need to look at this vulnerability. I'm not saying it did or did not happen. I did hopefully prove right here the vulnerability. So stop saying the law says you can't do that. And again, I'll post the link to the agenda on the bottom of this YouTube. All right. And the link will, hopefully you can click, or call in the number. If you got to work, I get that. Talk to your boss. Listen. Hit *9, and then you get 3 minutes. A big 3 minutes to talk. Okay. At least say table it. Table it. I have too many concerns. Table it. Table approval. So, all right, folks, we can do this. We got supervisors listening. Ray Haupt, Nancy Ogren, Thursday night. They came to the Yreka Patriots party. They were listening. Okay, we need one more vote. One more vote, and it's tabled. Okay, if these two vote to table. So please, we can do this. I love this community. Okay, we can do this, folks. Special appreciation expressed to Supervisor Haupt and Ogren for coming to the Patriot Party and listening to the people, and also appreciation for Luis Gigliotto, who dedication over many, many years has grown the Patriot Party, to which, with enough people, it would attract the supervisors to attend.